everyone, my name is Linette McFetridge that is, and I am going to be coming to you through the courtesy of the Laurel County Public Library to do some cooking videos, and I really hope that you'll enjoy watching. My daughter films these for me and we just have a good time together, so we get a little goofy sometimes and I apologize for that, but we'll try to not bore you completely. So let me tell you what we're going to be making today. It is a special occasion at our house today. My dog Millie celebrated her 2nd birthday this week. Let me show you something. Is this not too cute for words? If you could see her right now, she is not of this princess caliber. My husband has been working outside today and she has been his helper, and she's quite dirty, so she's not hardly earned her crown. But anyway, she had a birthday, so we're going to celebrate, and I have taken that opportunity to invite my son and his family over for dinner, and we're doing fish tacos. Now, I've probably made this a little more complicated than what I needed to, but understand that there's 2 small children involved, and I wanted to make sure that there would be toppings for the fish tacos that they would eat. So we'll talk about all the toppings and stuff in a minute. First, we're going to make a dressing. This dressing is avocado based. Now, if you know my son, you would know that I would have to sneak and never let him know that there was avocado in his dressing, otherwise he would not eat it. So I'm not going to tell him. But I'm going to start with 2 of them. I had a little spoon here. I love avocado, except they're a pain to deal with sometimes. Okay. Just gonna scoop this in. I'm using a little manual food processor. If you've got a little electric manual food processor, that'll work great too. If you don't have a food processor, then hopefully you've got some type of chopper or that you can mainly chop the avocado up, and then everything else could just be whisked together. That's no big deal. Okay. Getting the seed out is always a challenge. There we go. There's the rest of that avocado. Okay. It's very hot outside today, so we wanted to do something that would be not so heavy as an evening meal, because they've been swimming all day and my husband's been out working outside all day, so I know everyone's been warm, and so I just kind of wanted something that would be a little bit refreshing. And that's one reason I chose some of the toppings that I did. I thought, well, that sounds like it would hydrate someone, so. I'm sorry, that was a little greener than I thought it was. Okay, so I'm gonna do the second one. Come on out. I've got an avocado knife somewhere. I just don't know where it's at the moment. It works really well. Okay. Almost got it, guys. Just be thankful that I didn't film all that chopping that I've done of those vegetables, or you all would be watching this video for like hours. Okay. This is going to fill this little processor up. It's quite a bit. Probably should have gone to a bigger one. Okay. All right, so finally that's done. Now to that, I'm going to add a cup of plain Greek yogurt. And again, if you knew my son, he wouldn't eat it if he knew that was what was in it. So I'm not going to tell him. When he says, what's that dressing? I'll say, it's for fish tacos. He'll never know the difference. Okay, so a cup of plain Greek yogurt, 6 tablespoons of milk. Can't go wrong there. And then we have the dressing or the seasoning. Now this seasoning that I'm using is actually a Pampered Chef seasoning called bell pepper herb. I'm putting 2 tablespoons of it and a teaspoon of salt. If you don't have that seasoning, one of the closest seasonings that I have found is the Tone 6 pepper seasoning. But the bell pepper herb is basically just a blend of peppers. So any pepper-based seasoning that you have is going to give you a very similar result. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of that and a teaspoon of salt. Okay, and then we have to have some acidity. So we're going to have 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Let's go ahead and get this. Measure that out. Don't want to put too much. There's 1. Oh, that worked out perfect. That never happens. Okay, so now I'm going to put the lid on and just mix this up. The trick is to really try to get that avocado mixed well. Like I say, if you have an electric one of these, I suggest you use it. Otherwise, you're going to get an arm workout. All right. Oh my gosh, this gets so creamy and so good. I normally use this dressing on top of like a Cobb salad, which is wonderful. We might make that sometime, that Cobb salad. But this dressing is just, oh, it's so good. If that avocados had been just a little riper, it would probably be better, but this is looking great. Okay, let me can they see that? All right, I promise that's gonna be delicious on those. So I'm going to stick that in the fridge for a second, and then we'll talk about all of the toppings. Have you ever opened your refrigerator and you're afraid there's going to be an avalanche? I'm kind of at that point. I've got too much in my fridge right now at the moment. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on in our tacos tonight. Again, fish tacos, easy peasy. And I made them more difficult than they should have been. Hold on, made a mess. If you're doing this like as a weekend meal, or a weekday meal and you want a shortcut, just buy you a bag of the slaw mix already put together. You don't have to chop up any of the cabbage or anything like that. So makes it a little nicer for you. So what I have, because with fish tacos I really like cabbage, I have a bowl of cabbage that I've cut into little tiny strips, as you can see. So we have the green cabbage, and then we have, some people call it red, some people call it purple. Have that cabbage. I love to mix those two together in there. I'm going to fix me a bowl of cilantro here in a minute. And here I have green onions. Some of them will like that. And then this is a mix of orange and red peppers that I've just chopped up. And then we have some lime, because lime's always good to have around your fish and around tacos. Now at lunch today, I grilled some corn. I grilled a couple of extra so that I could cut those off and have. So we're going to do that now. It's a nice thing about grilled corn. It will stay, you can eat corn hot, you can eat it cold, however. So that's what we chose to do. I'm just going to cut this off. Tell you what, it cuts much easier than it did at lunch because it was very hot then, so it's cooled down now. Not burning my fingers. I love it when it has that little scorched marks on it though. Those are extra good. I have a sink over there. I just keep throwing stuff, so I'll clean it up in a little bit. For those of you that have never watched any of my videos, I am getting ready to retire from the education system. And I was a math teacher and then a school counselor, but I always wanted to be a home ec teacher. I think they're family and consumer science now, but back in my day they were home ec, and that was my original first adult goal. But my path changed because I was afraid I couldn't get a job. So spent a few years doing other things in education, but so now I'm pretending that I'm a home ec teacher. Okay, so our corn is cut off, and I wondered tonight about, how to put these together. So I thought I would just use these little salsa bowls and kind of let that serve as my buffet. So I think it's going to work out well. Okay, so I'm almost done filling these up. Okay, now I have a mango. And let me tell you, you all are in for a real treat because cutting a mango, last time I did it, it was a mess. So we'll hope for better days today. But I love the citrus in fish tacos. So if you can have mango, I'm gonna actually go out and grill some pineapple here in a little bit and add to it. But I just make a mess with these people. This will add some flavor, and I think the kids will like this too. If they don't, I will. Okay, so I'm just going to try to do half the mango at a time, and I'm going to cut, kind of make crisscross. You guys probably have a much better way to do this. Go there, gonna go there, go there. All right, and then just slice it right off. Yep, it's working. Awesome. Okay, now I'm gonna do the other side. I don't think I ate a mango until I was probably, I don't know, maybe 35. We never had mangoes growing up. I don't know why. I don't even remember ever seeing them in the store here locally. So, but I really do like them. Or maybe they were just in the stores and I just never seen them. I don't know. Didn't pay attention probably. I told you it was fun to watch me cut up a mango. It's nasty. But I'm getting pretty little chunks, even though you may not believe me, they really are. They're pretty little chunks down in there. Okay. Good job. I'm gonna call that finished. Okay, so we've got our mango, limes, peppers, onions, corn, and we're gonna have some pineapples here in just a little bit. I might have already said, I'm going to chop up a little bit of cilantro. Not a whole lot because we're not far enough west or south for our bunch to like a whole lot of cilantro on our fish tacos, but I am going to put a little bit out there. Okay, now join me back here in just a second and we'll get the fish in the oven. Okay everyone, we're going to get that fish in the oven because the kids will be here soon and I know they'll be hungry after swimming all day. So what I'm going to be using for the fish tacos tonight is cod. Now you can use whatever kind that your family likes, but cod is a white fish and it's kind of flaky. To me it works out really well. So what I have is I've placed it on a sheet pan with parchment paper. Don't you love parchment paper? Greatest invention ever. I love it. But that's where we're going there. Now I have made a little concoction. I have 1 teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 2 teaspoons of salt, and a half a teaspoon of pepper. I don't know about you, but I cannot eat fish if it doesn't have a little bit of salt on it. So I'm just gonna sprinkle this on the fish. Since it is a taco, you need that little bit of heat that you're gonna get there from the cayenne pepper and the flavoring from the cumin. My daughter's grinning because I'll tell you a little secret. There's like 4 big bottles of cumin in my cabinet because I accidentally picked it up at the grocery store one day. I was gonna make cinnamon rolls and well, you can probably see where this is going, can't you? Somebody had put it in the wrong spot and I wasn't paying attention because I come out with one thing of cinnamon, but the rest of it was not cinnamon, it was something else. So anyway, that's just how my life goes sometimes. So anytime I can get the chance to use a little bit, I'm going to, because I've got a lot of it up there. So if you need some, just shoot me an email or something. I might send it to you. Okay, so now I want to drizzle this with a little bit of olive oil. Not a terrible lot. Come on now, don't be that way. Just drizzle, 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 drizzle. That wasn't a drizzle, that was a glop. And then I'm going to put just a little dot of butter on each one. Butter makes it better, right? No matter what it is, even a fish taco. Now these fish came out of a bag, of course, and I wish that I were better at cutting fish because they're not perfectly the same width or thickness, but I think they'll be okay. Now these are going to bake in the oven. I've already got it heated up for 375. They'll take about 20-25 minutes, and I'll just check them then, and if I need them to go a little bit longer, I will. But check back with us in a few minutes and we'll be on our next step. Okay everybody, welcome back. Kids are going to be here pretty soon, but I wanted to put together one of the fish tacos so that you guys could kind of see where we're at on this. So I toasted my tortilla just a little bit. I'm going to take the dressing, and instead of putting it on top, I like to put it here on the bottom. I guess you could say that's the bottom because it's going to fold up. That way it'll kind of hold everything. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do my fish. That's a nice thing about tacos is there's no right or wrong. It's however you want it, and I'm going to do it the way I choose tonight. And I guess that's making a mess. Okay, so I love the red cabbage, purple cabbage, whatever. I'm gonna put a little bit of that. I want a pepper or 2. And green onions, of course. Gotta have those. And a couple of the mango. I've not done the pineapple yet. I'm kind of changing my mind on that because I think we got mango, we'll be okay. So I did some tomato. I chopped up a tomato. And I have corn. I love the corn. And just a little bit of the green cabbage. It just doesn't look like a taco without something green on top. Okay, so here's my fish taco. What do you think? Looks pretty good, don't it? I'll give it a try. Can't eat a taco without making a mess. It's pretty good. I know Millie's gonna love it. I mean, it's her birthday party, right? Who doesn't want fish tacos as a puppy? All right, well, thank you all so much for joining me. And if you have not gone by our public library to look at the amazing collection of cookbooks that there are there, I encourage you to do that. You can find recipes like this and many, many more. So join me next time, and hopefully we'll do something fun. See ya.